Not a single one.
I've not seen many Anne Hathaway films.
I've seen her in The Princess Diaries.
Never seen that.
That old crappy Disney film. Where that's her best film. She was very good at pulling faces in Les Miserables.
Yeah.
You know,
I've never seen that.
It's not a very good film. I'm sorry to break it to people. It's not very good.
Okay.
It's horribly shot. I don't think she was amazing.
No.
I've seen her in Dark Knight Rises. She didn't do anything for me whatsoever. And in this film, she does it again.
Yeah.
Where she has probably one of. I don't think even Laurence Olivier could have read those lines where she's like, maybe love is the most powerful force in the universe, and maybe it's more powerful than like gravity and all the cosmos, and maybe it's something we don't understand yet. It could spread through time. And like, in a Spielberg film, maybe you could have sold that, but not in this highly technical, futuristic wonderland Nolan is trying to create.
Well, his films just. He just tries to have his cake and eat it too in the stupidest way possible. His good films are The Prestige, Memento, Dark Knight, Insomnia, and those are the really good ones. The other ones fall between good and awful.
Yeah.
But they're good because they have one mood, which is dour sort of film noir. He can't do anything else. I'm sorry to say that. So if you're out there, you don't just stick to that.
If you're watching Christopher,
because he has the ability to grasp one mood, doesn't it? Which is he's really good at that sort of dour noir sort of. That's why Memento is a classic.
Oh, well, we called it about the female character in the film.
Oh yeah.
She's either absent or she's like kind of like a Madonna type.
Feisty go-getter.
Yeah, feisty go-getter. But she's motherly as well, because she's basically, it ends with like an Adam and Eve thing. Don't think it's really funny at the end when Matthew McConaughey gets back to the planet, and obviously her daughter's aged a lot, and she's like, "Oh, it's so good to see you again, but you shouldn't be here. You know, father should see their daughter die. My family will come and look after me." Oh, but you forgot about Anne Hathaway. She's lost on that planet. And
how has no one saved her before?
Yeah,
I don't get the fact that that's 84 years after. But how come this Hathaway is still alive?
Hathaway.
And Hathaway. Yeah. Because the planet, one of the main things it's set up as is that the gravity on those planets is the time is similar to ours.
Similar to Earth, yeah.
So how can you establish that and then still have a bit where he goes to rescue her 84 years later?
Well, why did Matthew McConaughey feel the need to steal that starfighter?
Yeah, you'd think he'd be a big guy.
He's like a hero, isn't he? He's like the father of the person that saved the Earth.
Yeah, again as well, he can't have an ending which is ambiguous at all. The perfect way to end that film would have been the bit where he's in space and he's like dying, and then you see the spaceship come in. That's all you needed, not all those bits at the end where it's on the other Earth, and it's just that, isn't it? Just to give the audience like, everything's okay.
Yeah, so, wow, I can't wait for Interstellar 2.
Yeah.
You know what I think the best part of Interstellar is?
What?
Are the robots.
I didn't like them.
I think the robots are the best part, so the only thing about having a kind of character. I understand their motivation.
I found them annoying.
Oh. See, I liked them. I thought they were a bit different.
Yeah.
Like, automatrons like C-3PO. Like, oh, but they kind of look, there's a visual reference to HAL. Oh, but we do this little walkie cycle. That's quite cute. Yeah. Do you see more do all these roles and stuff? And I like the robots.
They were okay, I thought. Didn't really do much. That one was annoying. He seemed like comedy guy.
Yeah, definitely. It feels out of place. It wouldn't surprise me like if Seth Green voiced him or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
if one of them was stoned in the cockpit.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, just.
Oh, and it was so obvious that it was a bomb that guy was trying to tinker. Oh, wait, the core engine's missing. What's going on here? It's like, Jesus Christ.
Well, how obvious was it as soon as the Matt Damon character was on that he was evil?
Oh my God. Oh, because I think my friend Albert mentioned this, but when another character has, well, he was the best of us, you know that's bad news. You know that is it. That the guy's going to turn on you. I hated the Matt. Why did we try to make Matt Damon to the villain? Surely when your film includes elements such as space, time, like travelling through the cosmos, age, time, black holes, wormholes, surely that's villainous enough.
Yeah.
But you don't need to have an actual human villain.
This was so people could go in and like have someone to root against. I think that was basically just a crowd-pleasing element, but it came across in... This film seems openly hostile to its own audience.
Yeah.
I just felt watching this like Christopher Nolan thought I was an idiot.
Yeah.
It's basically, if you took all the good elements of like classic sci-fi, like Solaris. Solaris is probably actually an even bigger influence on this than 2001. Not the George Clooney one, the Tarkovsky one. Yeah. Basically in that, a guy's wife dies and he goes into space and basically there's like a visual representation of her. It's like an alien thing. And the whole film is just about his guilt. That is a bit like what Interstellar would be if it focused entirely on the daughter. This is the thing, the whole film is meant to be driven by his relationship with his daughter. But I just didn't care.
I was never drawn into it.
Again, it's because his daughter is poorly written when she's an adult. Because what part of the film is the fact that she's 21 years in between, like, he goes to a planet and then it's 21 years later because of the way and he's the same age as his daughter. And it's meant to be this grand sweeping, he missed her childhood. And, oh no, isn't it a tragedy? But it's like, the whole world's ending, there's bigger stakes than that. And also his daughter is just like this feisty go-getter.
Well, I thought she was just dull as dishwater.
She has no
personality. You know, your part that made me groan. Made me roll my eyes. Matthew McConaughey early on in the film is like, what's the old man called? What's the actor called?
Michael Caine.
No, the other.
Oh, John Lithgow.
Yeah, John Lithgow. Yeah, yes.
He's a great actor.
He's really good. Yeah, he's like John Lithgow. You know, we're farmers. We always say next year. It's gonna be better next year. We'll have a better harvest next year. And then later on in the film, his older son's like, next year. It's gotta be next year. It's like, oh my god, why? It's so. You gotta wonder how this feels about these hack Hollywood screenwriters. Have you ever seen spoofs of their work? Do you not realise people think these are cliches and tropes and...
Yeah, but Interstellar's probably going to make a lot of money, so what's it matter? I can never get a good read on Christopher Nolan. Does he actually care as much as he says, or does he do that as a marketing gimmick? Because watching his films, you don't really get the feel he cares about like his audience.
No.
I get the idea that he cares about film stock.
Yeah, he cares about the technical nature of film.
But yeah, nothing else in his films works. But he's highly applauded as being this big visionary director who makes these intimate blockbusters, but not really. Anyone could have written that.
Yeah.
The relationships, and there's no real personality either to it.
Not really, it's all there.
I could think of other directors who could have made this, basically. Yeah. Probably not as... In fact, most directors probably would have done it slightly better.
Probably.
As I say, he's good for noirs, but for this kind of sci-fi thing, which he seems to be moving increasingly towards, it's like...
He's not suited. No. See, I think Interstellar's going to underperform.
I think it will. I think it'll make around the 500 million mark. Possibly 600 million. But on a budget of 160 million, I don't think it's going to... I think it's going to be his worst performing film since The Prestige.
I think, this is my prediction for the next 2-3 years, this one's going to underperform. He's going to go back and make like a low budget film maybe, and that'll get a lot of critical applause. It's a return to his earlier works like Insomnia and Memento. Yeah. Either that, or he'll just go in the complete opposite direction and keep on getting bigger and more.
Yeah.
More cold and inhuman and up his own arse and more grandiose. You know.
I genuinely want to see him make another noir though, see if he's still got it in him. I think Memento's a classic.
Yeah, Memento's a great film, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I know, like, when they go to the different spaceships, it's all very, space planets. It's all very, like, dull and grey, isn't it?
Samey.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, that probably is what an alien planet would be like. It probably would be very dull. But that's not very exciting in a movie.
No.
You know? I was looking forward to seeing the different varieties of planets, and it just felt very cool and technical. It's like, oh well, you know, if I was really stupid as well, I don't know nothing about science, but it was like the top part of the ocean's got nitrate, and then the second half has got the oxygen or something. It's like, but that wouldn't.
Oh, which bit's this again?
It's when Matt Damon's explaining about the planet.
That is stupid, right? Basically, really they're meant to be brilliant science. Well, Anne Hathaway's meant to be a brilliant scientist.
Try saying that line with a straight face.
But she doesn't realise that like a planet that has frozen clouds is inhospitable.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, if the clouds are freezing, what on earth chance do humans have?
Or like anyone could have told. You don't need a brilliant scientist to tell that that was a giant wave and not a mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, that mountain's moving nearer. What an interesting feature of this planet.
It also does probably every single film seems to do this now. A heroic self-sacrifice, but isn't a self-sacrifice to get saved.
Yeah.
So Matthew McConaughey sacrificed himself so Anne Hathaway has a chance, but he doesn't. He ends up in the wormhole. In fact, they do the same. There's a lot of gravity parallels in this.
Yeah. In fact, when I left the film back, I'm not accidentally calling it Gravity.
I much preferred Gravity to this.
I don't know which I preferred. I think Gravity is okay.
I think Gravity, though, didn't you at least feel like you got your money's worth?
Yes, no, that is true, yeah. My other problem with Gravity is, again, it should have gone for the pure experience. I hated how ham-fisted it all was and how the dialogue was really, like, obvious and it was explaining everything and it's like, now I'm going somewhere and I'm doing this with my daughter and it's...
Yeah,
it's also
there's so much
obvious.
better in that than there is in... That film is miles better visually than this is.
I would see it, yeah, visually Gravity is better, but my thing Gravity is, I think it's the dialogue's ham-fisted, and I think it's very repetitive.
Can you not say the same about Interstellar?
I don't think Interstellar was repetitive.
I think
it got boring. I was never bored in Gravity. In fact, Gravity is very engaging.
Well, again, that's
true. Yeah,
instantly better.
Yeah,
I didn't even think this film was the best. Like, it's probably this isn't even going to be the best blockbuster this year. I don't think it'll be as good as Battle of Five Armies.
No.
And I'm not even looking forward to that.
I'm Battle of Five Armies will beat it hands down.
Exactly, but there is so much like.
At least Peter Jackson, for all we criticise for his new love of CGI, at least he understands how to write a piece of dialogue between two characters.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
basic film school stuff.
Again, it's just laughable, like the stuff in this, like where they try and build the characters up all. And it's just like, I think it's him and his brother, isn't it, that write the script?
Yeah. Oh, Josh, this is interesting. Jonathan Nolan is actually, I went this today, Jonathan Nolan is going to begin an adaptation of a new set of science fiction series. He's going to do a new one based on a series of books I really like called Foundation.
Oh, okay.
Foundation is basically the brilliant mathematician scientist in the future. He basically he finds out that the Galactic Empire is going to collapse.
Yeah.
It's all going to fall apart. And so he makes a contingency program based on mathematics.
Yeah.
And he's able to, using maths, he's able to predict when the fall is going to happen. And he establishes two different colonies around the universe. One is on this well-known planet and the other is kept secret.
Yeah.
And he's going to see how these develop, and it's basically to preserve the human race.
Yeah.
But there's a series of twists and circumstances which change it, but, you know, like Asimov manages to make a really cold, inhuman story about maths and makes it really engaging and interesting.
So Jonathan Nolan's going to turn it back into an
very cold and but you know, that'd be interesting if Christopher Nolan directed that.
It would be, but
Foundation's a great series of books. You know, Asimov's one of the classic authors of science fiction. But
no, this Interstellar just another mistake.
Yeah,
he's just going down a path of just terribleness.
It's almost
I mean, even Inception looks like a masterpiece compared to this and Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah,
it's really a very good film.
So yeah, I mean, Interstellar, big disappointment.
Huge disappointment.
I was actually looking forward to this one.
Exactly, and it was just I can't think of much to actually recommend about it. The only thing I thought was slightly ballsy was the fact it killed off Casey Affleck's first son.
Oh yeah.
Which I thought had some, but I didn't think they were going to go like that.
Yeah.
I'm glad they did that, but that's not really much to recommend.
No.
That they had one ballsy decision.
I applaud the ambition.
I didn't think it was that ambitious in the end, because the scientific ideas were ambitious, but none of the plot movements, none of the characters.
Well, I think it's all relative, because I think looking in like time, I think looking at the state of current blockbusters, it is at least nice seeing someone at least being able to make something that's at least a little bit original and put it on the big screen. But I applaud that element, that he managed to get it made, and I think visually it's phenomenal. I think it.
I thought it was really dull looking.
See, I think it looks great. I love the visualization of the wormhole. Also, of the wormhole. How it's like a sphere. I'd never seen anything like that in a film before. I like the first half. The first half, I think I was following it okay.
I did definitely notice a quality dip about halfway through.
Yeah.
That's when I really started to go, nah, this is dreadful.
That's when it lost it for me a bit. Maybe if I went back and watched it, that first half is just not that good. But
yeah.
I was sitting there, really trying to get into it. I was like, I'm trying to get into this, but it's just not clicking. And then when the Michael Caine plot twist happens, it's like, fuck this, I'm done.
Yeah.